Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Comic Art Live Sunday. I hope you guys are all having a great show and get ready to see me a lot today. This is the first of 3 panels I'm going to be hosting over the course of the day, and I'm super excited about it. For those of you who came to OAX this year, you probably met Nir. Nir is an artist I've had the pleasure of working with for the last few years, and even though he lives on the other side of the world, we've even been able to hang out a few times, which is great. So, yeah, Nir, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me. I hope we're going to have a good time.
Yeah. So the first thing we're going to do today, so that Nir has a little bit of time, we're going to be talking about how Nir works on commissions. But the first thing we want is to get some ideas from everybody in the chat, because what Nir is going to be doing is working on a sketch while we're talking today, and then at the end of the panel we're going to do a live giveaway, and one of the lucky viewers will get to go home with that piece. You'll get it in the mail in a few weeks. So if you guys want to just start dropping character ideas in the chat while we get started, Nir will pick one in the next few minutes.
Yeah. Sure. Basically, I'm looking for something different, something interesting, not just a regular Batman or a regular superhero, something different, something else. So you can come up with like a regular superhero like Superman, but something about it should be like interesting, different, something like that. So any ideas you have, it's going to be good.
We're already getting some good ideas in the chat. So can you see the chat?
Let me switch the camera just a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just started warming up a little bit, so you can see this is usually how I start, just sketching like very quick sketches just to warm up. And let's look at the chat now. Oh, where do I see the chat? I don't see it.
Do you see on the right of the screen, it says comments, the very top?
Oh,
right?
yeah. Oh, yeah. The
And then
Punisher.
you can scroll up, because there's been a bunch. You can scroll up. There's a lot of really good ones in there.
I'm thinking about maybe Black Sad.
That's a good one.
Godzilla. Nice.
Yeah, a lot of you guys are really coming out with the good ones. When we said, name different things, there's some good ones here.
I think I'm gonna do Akira.
Okay.
Because I love Akira. But let's think about something different this time. I'm not gonna do the bike stop because that's already done so many times. Maybe we can think about a reference to some other art.
So what we can do, why don't we show a couple of the commissions?
Yeah.
And so Nir is going to do Akira. So thank you all for the ideas. And so what we wanted to talk about is showing what Nir's process is. And so for those of you who've gotten commissions from him or mystery sketches from him, you know that you're not just getting the standard, version of the character. Not that there's anything wrong with the standard version, but when you're getting something from Nir that there's going to be a little bit extra thought about connection and things for the character. So Nir, do you want to go ahead and talk about a couple
pieces? So this one was, I think it was Jurassic Park, and that's it. That was the commissioner. This is what he asked for. So I was thinking about doing the dinosaurs like maybe more playful, like in a zoo, where you see animals that are playing and doing some regular stuff, not always killing people. So I saw, if you can move to the next slide, you can see the reference for this image. I found like a nice photo. I think it was for National Geographic or something like that. So that's basically the reference. So the pose is based on that, and The idea I got is something playful, like fun, and also the feathers, because in the movie they don't have feathers, and they did have feathers, the velociraptors. So I just had fun designing all the feathers with a negative space, and yeah. So sometimes it's just like a reference idea for the pose, but it is a bit different from the things you would think normally someone would do about Jurassic Park. So this was a commission for the Endless. For I think he asked for gods, like various religions.
And this is for Timothy, he's in the chat right now. So
Oh yeah,
there we go. He said that one's mine.
yeah. We met at OAX, and so for this I was looking for art that relate to the subject of gods. So I found you can show the other slide. So this is Minerva and the Triumph of Jupiter. It's from the Renaissance. I think it's from the 17th century, something like that. And I like the triangle composition. And so for this, it was just a pose. But about all the various gods, so I chose a specific god for each one of the endless. So the big one in the background is Odin for destiny, and underneath it you can see a dream, which is Hypnos from Greek mythology, and Anubis on the left side, and Dionysos on the right side, and all the gods are somehow related to the endless. So I had I think it was the second endless commission, or maybe the third. I think I've done maybe 3 commissions of the endless. I think
Yeah, you had
this
one for, I think that was for Mikhail like a year or two ago, and then you had Timothy requested this one, and then somebody else requested one also for OAX.
Yeah, the other one was fun as well. See, it was a reference to The Last Supper by Da Vinci, and I made them all famous artists. So Dream was Dali, and we had Da Vinci himself, and yeah. So I'm trying to like make myself not bored with commissions. So I'm trying to look for something else for each one. It can be like a reference for pose, or a reference for classical art, painting, sculpture. So I think about maybe Akira. We can. I don't see if we have ideas. Endless commissions. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be your your signature now.
Yeah.
He's happy to do more. So if more of you want to commission them, please do.
More of the endless. Okay. Yeah, wow. Nausicaa. Nausicaa is a good idea.
Yeah, there were a lot of really good ideas.
Maybe we can mix some of them together. I can do maybe. Let's just. You know what? Punisher. So with Akira, there's the thing about the bike. So I've done a commission. I think I've done one with the bike stop for. I think it was Ghost Rider a few years ago. I think it was for San Diego. But Akira. There's the pose with the hand that all of the stuff comes out of his hand. Tetsuo. I can do Tetsuo maybe. Yeah, let's do Tetsuo from Akira. And for the pose, okay, let me switch the camera.
So I know you're doing this live, so it's a little bit different. But when you get a commission, how long does it normally take you to figure out?
I think like maybe a few hours, maybe an hour. Sometimes I'll sleep on it, and maybe the day after I'll come up with a cool idea. And usually I just like look at like images on the web. So let's look for Akira.
I know we were
We're
getting
gonna
a bit
see
of an echo. I
the.
just changed some settings. Hopefully that helps.
Can you see my screen now?
I can see it. Can you all see that? So he's, doing his research.
So this is the most famous one. I don't want to do it because it's done to death. I do like this image, but I want to think about maybe something different with it. Maybe something. Also, this is nice.
What if you took the idea of Akira and made it like old school instead of it being that futuristic? What if it's the opposite?
Oh yeah, that's a cool idea. We can do like a night Tetsuo, like with the.
Or Akira would translate really well to an American Western character.
Western. Okay, that's cool.
Nothing that you have to do. I'm just, kind of putting out some different.
Yeah. And did you see anything interesting in the chat?
Somebody said steampunk. We have Art Deco.
Art Deco. And I do like the idea of the Western. I can do a Western maybe. Something like this. But,
It's interesting. A lot of anime from kind of the 80s and 90s time period is very much a futuristic take on like that Western style aesthetic.
Yeah.
Somebody said noir. Samurai.
But it's already noir. It's like cyberpunk is like film noir. So I can do maybe this pose in like a Western style. Maybe instead of the helmet, you can hold like a Western hat.
Mm-hmm. I like how Jake's going fully with the Western theme here: the good, the bad, and Akira.
Okay, cool. Let's start. That's a cool idea. So, and usually I start with the head because this is the most time-consuming thing.
So people are going to tell us what tools you use.
Tools. Okay, so this is just a technical pilot pen with a blue tip.
So blue. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Blue. I don't know if you can see it. It's
barely
hard to see. Barely. Me too. I can see it, but I can like. I'm just searching for the right lines now. I'm not drawing. I'm just like searching for what to do. So it's very light. The lines should be very light in this stage because I'm thinking mostly about composition now. So the head should be somewhere here in the center. So that's okay. And then we're gonna do the body with the shoulders. Give me some ideas for gear. What does he have? Like a gun? Should have like maybe something like a gun here with a holder. And we're gonna keep this logo with the pill because it's very iconic for Akira. And about the clothing, we can keep the jacket that could suit the theme, so that's okay. Maybe the gun is only showing a little bit here. Akira, by the way, is my favorite movie, I think. So, hands now, okay. I really like in manga when they do the fists, clutching of the fists.
So you were talking a second ago about, Nir, you were talking about things that are iconic. So that's a really good question when, you take a lot of these requests and you really turn the character on their head, sometimes literally, but, you usually figuratively. Yeah. What are the things that you look at that you say, these are the iconic things I need to keep so people recognize this character?
I don't know. It's hard to answer. It's for each thing, it's something different. So for Akira, we know. I think his hair is very iconic. So you look for the hair, so for the hairstyle. And the other thing in this image is, of course, is the logo, the PU logo. And I think also the jacket is very important, and the I don't know how to call it, the sleeves that are not all the way down. And I think that's it. And if I would color it, it should be red. So that's also very iconic for Akira.
Mm-hmm.
So for every character is something else. I can't say like if there is a rule or something.
Sure, that makes sense, right? And they all have their features that are important.
Yeah.
So like if you were drawing Batman, what would be the things that you said I need to keep for Batman?
Yeah, Batman, he has like the ears, the pointy ears, and basically it's a very easy character. So it's just the cape and maybe the logo on the chest and the pointy ears, and that's it. And you have Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Because
yeah, I really like the way that
it's an easy character.
Yeah, I really liked the choices you made for the art that was used for the OAX badge with Batman.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was really subtle, the choices there. You couldn't really see it's Batman. You only had I think you only had the ears, and that's it.
So while Nir is working, I want to let you all know about the giveaway that we're going to be doing at the end. So the way the giveaway works is that I'll give you a keyword and you type the keyword in the chat. It's one entry per person. And then at the end, I use a program to pull the winner out of that. And if Nir doesn't finish the sketch by the end, which he might not, then he'll finish it, and he's going to be mailing some art to me at the end of this month anyway. And so that would come to me, and then I would mail it out to the winner. So you can enter anytime between now and right before we do the giveaway. And the keyword is razor. So I'll type it in the chat.
Okay, so this is like a Western cowboy hat. I'm going to do the gloves.
And you can do that anytime between now and right before we do the giveaway.
Okay, so now that I have more or less the composition, I'm going to reduce the lines a little bit. So this is like a soft eraser.
A kneaded eraser?
Yeah.
Stingray, to answer your question, no, it was not. It was not Carl's commission. It was sold in the auction. So Carl's commission is also Batman world centric. So there, I can definitely see the influence, but no, it was sold in the auction.
Okay. Any ideas about something on the face? Maybe glasses? No.
Does anyone else, feel free to type in the chat if you have ideas for Nir. Should he have glasses or a monocle or
Yeah.
or nothing?
I think nothing. So now I'm drawing the face with like more specific lines because I already know more or less what I want to do and where's everything.
So Mike in the chat is asking, who are your artistic influences?
I have a lot, but recently I'm influenced by Art Deco and Art Nouveau. So there's an artist called E.M. Lillian and another one called, they're all from the 19th century. So they're illustrators, but in Art Deco style. But from comics, Mobius, of course, and Jeff Darrow, and Frank Miller, and the big ones. I really like recently Tradmore and Ian Bertram from the younger ones. Daniel Warren Johnson. We have a lot. So we're gonna keep the hair, even though it's not that suitable for the Western style, but I think it's okay. Oh, change place. Yeah.
I mean, his hair's a little bit of a bowl cut. They had bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike was saying he sees a lot of Tradmore in your work. It is really cool to see how people influence each other, even with current art.
Yeah. So basically he's still a kid, so he has like bigger eyes and like bigger features on the face. And okay, it looks good. Okay, so the jacket. Now I do need ideas for Western stuff.
And then, we're being asked about Erte. I think that's how you say his name.
The what?
The artist. Erte.
Which one?
You see it? I put it on the screen. Erte. He's the French Russian, I think. Artist.
I don't know. I don't know.
You're going to be looking up his work now, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know. Did they have like something on the jacket in Westerns? I don't remember. Maybe like something to hold the guns, like a strap, something like this.
Feel free to throw ideas in the chat, guys, for Western accoutrements he could have.
I'm gonna do like.
I'm hearing fringe on the jacket,
What?
tassels. So that's about the same thing.
What's a tassel?
A tassel is a little bit different. A tassel is kind of, what fringe is, right?
No. I don't think so.
Fringe is like on the end of the jacket, like the pieces of leather would be cut into thin strips.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then a tassel is essentially that, except it's kind of bound together in like one piece.
Okay.
I never thought I would be explaining fashion terms. I'm much better explaining culinary terms. Fashion terms, I know what it is, but We had somebody said a bandolier full of pills. That's an interesting idea. I like that. That was Andrew's idea. There you go. That's a text.
Yeah. So we have like guns.
Yeah, Stingray saying he meant fringe. We knew what you meant. We knew what you meant. Somebody, okay, so we have a comment, Mad Max influence. And then we have Acid Western.
Acid Western.
That's new to me too. I don't know what that is. I'm just over here search engine everything.
Okay, that's nice. We have the shoulder pads. Okay, so now I'm going to do the folds of the jacket. So I started recently like doing it more abstract, like crazy, like with crazy lines like this.
I love looking at like when you'll draw a hand and it looks like it was just one long line.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's one of my favorite things. I'm like, if somebody gave you a bowl full of cooked spaghetti, you could make a really cool 3D piece out of it.
So it looks like one line, but it's more like very planned. It's not like what's the word I'm looking for? Like spontaneous. It's very. I plan it very like. I take my time.
Oh, absolutely. But the thing that's cool about it is when you're done with it, it looks like it was, when something looks easy, right? When something looks like it took no time at all, that's how you know that the person doing it really knows what they're doing.
It's very hard to get to that. It's not easy at all. So what's on his belt?
Okay, now ideas for belts. And I have a question for you while you're there, which is how long have you been drawing professionally?
Professionally, 10 years, more or less. I don't know if you can count self-publishing, but I did self-publish my first graphic novel 10 years ago. So I think we can call it professionally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so 10 years. Yeah, that's a long time. I heard once someone says that it takes 10 years to get to break in.
Yeah, it certainly takes a lot longer now than it used to. It was a different thing back in the day.
Yeah.
The one recommendation we have is adding a Native American touch, although you might not know what that means.
I know what that means, but maybe feathers, I don't know.
I think sometimes Native American people think of things like silver, like silver touches, turquoise. We also have a holster with a gun, maybe a small samurai blade is another recommendation.
Okay.
Yeah, Tony said beads. That's another thing people may associate with Native American art. And really, I mean, it's tribes vary so widely across the country that's just incredibly stereotypical. But that's generally what people are thinking of.
I can do like maybe another gun or maybe a machete, like a sword. I can do a machete. Actually, it should be behind the jacket. So It's gonna be something like this.
Stingray says yes, machete. So that's the final
Machete.
answer. Yes, machete.
Yeah. I already started. I don't remember that. So every sword has a different like silhouette. So I'm not sure about the shading.
Tony also said hatchet. Hatchet's a good nod to Western as well.
Yeah.
Matt says a stick of dynamite. I don't know. I feel like he might blow up his butt if that. I know I couldn't trust myself with a stick of dynamite in my belt. That's for sure.
So machete is like it's more narrow near the start of the sword and wider at the ends.
Yeah, it has it's wider and rounded toward the end.
Something like
so as
this.
you all can see, lots of reference, super normal and something an artist should be doing on a regular basis, which is using references.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, please just type razor, no hashtag, just the word razor. The website I'm using just pulls the word by itself.
So pants. I think like maybe like jeans, like regular jeans.
Yep, jeans are definitely definitely Western. So no, I know normally you do a lot of your design and layout digitally. So can you tell us a little bit about what that process normally looks like?
So yeah, when I get a commission, I start digitally most of the time. Only at shows I do them like this, like you see me now drawing. Usually I do the sketch, this phase of the process on my Wacom, on my tablet. And then afterwards, when I finish, I print it out and use a Lightbox. You can see this is my Lightbox. And then I put like a clean sheet of paper over the printout and just go over it with inks. So this is basically my regular process. Sometimes I do like I'm doing now, all the sketch like traditionally.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for me to do it like on the computer because I can scale and maybe move it. Like for this, I would move it like just a little bit to the left because it's too much to the right.
And that's one of the things that's nice about doing it digitally is that you can just do that. Whereas at this point, since you're, it's all traditional, you're not going to erase the whole thing just to move it.
Yeah, but I can do something else. I can do maybe add something here because I think we're missing something.
Well, in the West and it's hot, it could be a sun.
Yeah.
It could be a bullet whizzing past his head.
So usually I would start inking at this. I think it's quite enough for inking now. So I'm gonna again use this eraser to just reduce the lines a little bit.
And that digital process, you have some really cool like sped up videos that you've posted on social media.
Yeah.
Can you remind me what your Instagram handle is?
It's just my name, Nir Levie, Nirlevie.
All right, so I just put Nir's Instagram handle in the chat. You can always, if you're not sure and you follow me, once you follow me, you can find Nir stuff. So, but that's a good direct way. He's got some fantastic videos showing a little bit of an example of what a digital process might look like on. I think it was you showed a couple for like some of the OAX pre-book commissions. So at home done commissions, and it's really cool to see the process of you taking your reference and then how you want to work that, just the really rough layout and moving things around. And of course, watching it sped up is even cooler. But definitely, if that's something that's of interest to any of you, go to his Instagram and check out those videos, because they're really insightful. And every artist works differently, and there is no right or wrong. That's why I love seeing how everybody does it, because it's just a very individual thing.
I also have a YouTube channel, but I don't really promote it. So most of the time when I work on comics, I do stream on YouTube, but I don't talk. So I just show the process and that's it.
So what's your YouTube handle?
I think it's also my name, just my name.
I'm going to double check because you said you think so.
Okay.
Not that I don't trust you, but anybody.
So
I don't even myself.
So tools. I'm using deep pens for characters mostly. So this is a Tachikawa. The handle is Tachikawa, and the nib is also Tachikawa mapping. The line is very delicate, but it also has some flexibility, which I like. So I can do like the very thin lines if I press just a bit, and for the outlines I press a little bit more to get wider lines. And the hair is going to be black, so that's why I'm not inking it right now. And now I'm going to switch to another Tachikawa nib. This is G pen. It's like the most used size in Japanese in manga. It's a bit wider than the other one. I use the other one for the face because the eyes I want them to be more accurate. So that's the reason.
So it looks like a traditional quill, but it's not.
Yeah. It's not a quill. It's almost identical to a quill. I can show you. I also have quills here somewhere. So it's the same size and it looks almost the same. But it's a bit different. It's a bit more harder. It's harder a little bit. So the quill for me, it's too soft.
The quill is all about pressure, and I mean, for those of you who know me, Joe Weems is my boyfriend, and we've been together for a really long time. And he's a quill and brush guy. He's 90% quill, and all the things that I've learned, and it's an incredible tool when you have it mastered, because you can get thin to thick. I mean, if you ever see his work and you see those really kind of juicy lines, a lot of times, usually that's just one stroke, and you can do that with a quill because you can get a different line weight just based on the pressure. But a lot of people can't do that.
It's basically the same with the Japanese nibs. So you can see when I ink the outlines, I just put a little bit more pressure on it to make the line wider, because I want the outline to be wider than the inner lines. So this is the same nib, and for the inner lines, you can see that the line is much thinner.
Nice. Yeah, getting that thicker line is what we call the juice.
Yeah.
Getting the juice. We have a couple more ideas in here just as you're working through things. So we have an idea of maybe adding a cactus or a dead tree that looks like that crazy Akira effect from the end of the movie. And then Kazra's idea was like that piece of straw in the mouth.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I'm going to do it now. Yeah,
And
actually,
yes, Kaz, we're
double check.
definitely both.
So it's like I'm not sure. It has like something in the tip of it, right?
Yeah, it's a it looks like a stalk of wheat or something.
That actually reminds me of Lucky Luke. I don't know if you know it, but we had it here when I was a kid. I really liked it. It's a French comic, very famous one, Lucky Luke.
Okay. Oh, and I found your YouTube handle. It's
This one.
Nir_.
Do you know
Levie.
this guy?
Yeah, like that. It's that. Yeah, that thing they put in their mouth.
So this is a very famous French cartoon.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, we don't ever, it's not common for Americans to know about other cartoons, unfortunately, except for maybe Japanese ones.
So that's a very famous one. I think it's like on the level with Tintin.
Yeah, Casper had a good comment here that the type of straw will indicate geography, which is a very good point.
Okay, so
a lot of times when you see the straw in the mouth, it's a little bit further east because it depends on where they are and what's there, right? So that's and there's no right or wrong, but that's a really good point to bring. We have a question of if you're working on hot press board.
I think this one is cold press. I'm not sure. I can check if you want. I'm not sure about it.
If it's easy to check, if not, don't worry about it.
This is the brand. Somebody can type it on Google and look for it. Talents. It's also I'm using my ink is from the same brand. So that's the ink I'm using.
Well, I'm on their website, Royal Talons. Is it the mixed media paper?
I think so.
It doesn't say if it's hot or cold pressed.
Then we'll never know.
Is it really smooth?
Yeah, it's really smooth.
It's probably hot pressed then. Oh, yeah. You said it right after me. Yeah.
Sorry?
Oh, yeah. It's our commenter. He looked it up and said it right after me. So hot press is smooth. So
usually I prefer
the
one. I prefer the smoother paper because it's better for deep pens.
Yeah, if someone's working in watercolor, that type of medium, cold press is commonly used for that type of medium.
Yeah, and that's my problem actually because sometimes I do use watercolors, but I do like to ink before I use the watercolors. So the paper is kind of hard to figure out which one is the best for this process.
So while you're working on that, sorry, I'm multitasking here.
Yeah, me too. I'm not used to that. I don't think I'm good at that.
Multitasking? You're a lot better than you used to be.
Oh yeah. At Como, I think I couldn't talk at all.
No, you were eyes down drawing.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't wanting to work for me. All right, so I'll jump back to that in a second. So what I wanted to do while you're still working is I'm going to jump back to the slideshow, if that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
We have about 10 minutes left.
Oh.
So this is a commission that was done for CAF's own Matt DiTullio. This was Vampire Hunter D.
Mm-hmm. So I wasn't familiar with the character. I think I just heard about it. But after I got this commission, I really loved the art for it. It's like he used, I think he used references from things I like Art Nouveau.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you know, one of the iconic 90s anime, and it's Yoshitaka Amano, and so of course that, you know, he's just one of the legends of Japanese animation.
Yeah. So for this I used the idea was to, so this sculpture, I think it's in Norway, or maybe Copenhagen. So it's from the beginning of the 20th century, and I really love the pose in the statue. And I was looking for something with a horse, and at first I was thinking about maybe referencing. There's a statue by Leonardo da Vinci that is unfinished of like a big horse. It was supposed to be like one of the biggest statue of the time. But then I saw this, and this was just perfect, too perfect for this. But I use it only for the pose. I used a completely different point of view to show it.
And so how would you, if you want to do a different point of view, how do you do that?
Just you need to like know anatomy and just to like try to think about other how would the character look from below, from a different angle. You need to like know anatomy very good, and perspective and composition, and so it takes time, but for me it's easy now. I don't usually, I don't want like to use the reference like as it is. I want to change it a little bit, do something else, like we're doing now with Akira. So because we only have 10 more minutes, I'm gonna start with maybe doing the hair and the black. So for the black, it's easy for me to use the Posca pens. It's like acrylic ink. Sometimes I use brushes, like with the same ink I used to ink with the dip pens. But this is really easy because I can do like fast strokes, and it's not messy, so it's faster. Basically, I'm doing the outline of the hair, and if I'm gonna do like a comic page, I'm gonna mark it like this to remind me later to black it out with a bigger, like a bigger tool, a bigger pen. And I think now I'm like spotting the blacks. So we have black here. I think I'm gonna do the hat in black.
So I zoomed back in on you working.
Okay. So
people can see you.
The hat is also going to be black, just to make a contrast to the hair of the character. And this is like the thinnest Posca pen. And what I'm doing now is like blacking out the corners, because it's going to be harder to do this with a bigger one. And now I can switch to a wider one. Gonna black out the hair. And the hat.
So just as a reminder to everybody, we're ending in about 5 minutes. So if you want to enter to win this Akira sketch, then make sure you type the word razor, just like that, in the chat. I'm going to pull the winner in just a minute here. So we just want to share a couple more things while you're working. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
So this was one of the mystery sketches from this set. We're doing a little bit of a debut here.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah. So this was a character I didn't know. It's from a video game. I actually don't remember the name of the character. Do you?
I have it. I think it's
like a vampire.
I can't remember the name of the character, but it's from Soul Reaver. So that's a bit of a throwback. That's an old school game.
So for this, the idea was, so he has like a form of a vampire, like an old vampire, and the form of like a young man. So I did it. I used like the reference for you can show the other slide and you can see the reference image for it. So it's a very famous drawing. And I thought like vampire, so this could be suitable for it.
Yeah, whoever requested that one's going to be really happy.
Yeah.
And the last thing we wanted to share is a sneak peek. This is page 1 from your upcoming book. We can't say the name of the book yet.
We can say nothing except show this page, which is the first page of my next book. So basically, I finished inking it. So it's now in production. There's a colorist attached, so he's now coloring it. So this is the first page, and I think we already got some interest in OAX for it from somebody. I remember
awesome.
someone was interested in it. So
any idea on when we might?
Yeah, so I'm not sure about when, but I know the publisher is planning. The publisher is called Panic. It's a new publisher. A bunch of guys that worked at DC before. So they do mostly, I think, horror and sci-fi. And this is a sci-fi story. And they told me they're gonna do like maybe a hash can at San Diego, next San Diego, but I'm not sure about it. So
that would be fantastic if we can get to see it by then.
I hope so. I know that the colorist already started working on it. And I saw some pages which looked awesome.
So we have our winner.
Oh,
so Caesar, congratulations. I just brought your comment up on the screen. Caesar, if you are in the chat, if you can put your email address in the chat, then I can reach out to you to get your info to get this shipped over to you once he's done with it. Oh, it looks like Kazra has finally figured out what commission he wants from you. Can't wait to see what he's going to ask for.
Me too. So I think I almost finished. I do have some white out to do a little bit over it, over the black here and the hair. But basically we're...
So somebody asked about whiteout. I know you use that for effect on things. So they're asking what kind you use.
I use most of the time I use white ink. This one. I think it's the same brand. So this one. And I have like a different name for whites, just to not to mix the white with the blacks. But I do use these sometimes.
Oh yeah, you see a lot of people use those at conventions and stuff too.
Yeah. So for the hair, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this for something like giving it some more three-dimensionality a little bit to the hair.
All right, so while we're wrapping up here, Caesar, please drop your email in the chat so I can get this over to you. I want to make sure you can get your piece when it's all done. If for some reason we can't get a hold of Caesar, we'll do a separate drawing for folks. So we'll keep you posted on that. Mm-hmm. And yeah, Nir, thank you so much for spending the time. I know it's nighttime for you over there. I'm glad we could find a time that works.
Let me switch the camera. Thank you everybody. It was fun. I think I managed to do it on time.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do what he does and go in and add all the little detail stuff. But yeah, it's mostly done. I think you did a fantastic job of it definitely reading as Akira, but in a very different style. I think that's really cool. And I love the way you did the design on his back as the gun holsters. I think that's really cool. So everyone,
Thank you everybody. It was fun. I really enjoyed it.
And everyone, be sure to go to the TD Art booth. We have several pieces of Nir's up with some great pricing. So thanks all for joining. And Nir, we hope to have you back at OAX soon for sure too.
Yeah, we'll see about it.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye everyone.